Every time you step onto the pitch, you're trying to solve a broken equation. You run your lungs into the ground, you sprint into the open grass, and yet, the moment you call for the ball, a defender is already breathing down your neck. You panic, you overthink, and you lose the ball cheaply. You feel completely visible. But traditional coaches have lied to you. They told you that to get free, you need to be faster, stronger, or run more miles. They are wrong. The elite midfielders, the phantoms who dictate the biggest games on earth, don't outrun defenders. They outsmart human biology. They bypass conscious thinking entirely and rely on a deep connection with space and pressure. They don't look for open green grass. They look for the one place on the pitch where a defender is physically incapable of seeing them. Welcome to the ghost space. This is the exact blueprint of how top-tier playmakers exploit a permanent biological blind spot in the human brain, allowing them to completely disappear in plain sight and tear open the tightest defenses in the world without ever breaking a sweat. If you want to stop playing like a robot, stop chasing the game, and start controlling it like a ghost, you need to understand exactly what happened in the 36th minute of the biggest match on the planet. Grab a piece of paper and take notes, because we are about to rewire your football IQ. The stadium hums, a pressure cooker of 80,000 souls, but inside the center circle, the air is thin. Most midfielders look for space where the grass is greenest and the nearest jersey is 5 yards away. They crave room to breathe. But the elite, the phantoms of the pitch, they don't run away from the chaos. They run directly into the shadow of the beast. Look closely at the 36th minute. Alexis Mac Allister isn't scanning the open flanks. His eyes are locked on the shoulder blades of the French defensive line. The amateur brain screams that this is a trap, that entering a crowd means death. But there is a biological blind spot built into the human skull. A 180-degree wedge directly behind a defender's spine where human eyes cannot physically track without completely turning the neck. This is the ghost space. If you stand there, you do not exist. The ball circulates slow, a deliberate Argentine lullaby, shifting from lateral back pass to horizontal reset. This is the setup. The moment the football leaves the boot of a center back, every defender's eyes shift toward the rotating leather. It is an instinctual magnetic pull, and that is the exact millisecond the trap springs. Mac Allister doesn't make a tearing, dramatic sprint. He takes 3 jagged, silent steps backward, slipping perfectly behind Aurélien Tchouameni's right shoulder just as the Frenchman pivots his chin toward the ball. To the stadium tracking cameras, Mac Allister is surrounded. To Tchouameni's nervous system, the space behind him is completely empty. The Argentine midfielder has successfully detached himself from the defender's cognitive map. He is waiting in the blind spot, completely unmarkable, loaded like a hidden spring. The rhythm glitches. The slow passing sequence vanishes as Lionel Messi receives the ball with a sharp, one-touch flick around the corner. The French defensive line collapses instantly toward the threat, their internal GPS frantically recalculating to close down the target in front of them. But because Mac Allister spent the last 4 seconds living inside the ghost space, he receives the ball completely isolated, with 5 yards of pure, unadulterated velocity ahead of him. He doesn't look at the ball. His body posture is already angled 48 degrees toward the penalty box before the leather even arrives. With a singular, devastating stroke of the laces, he slides a low-driven, diagonal ball across the face of the 18-yard box, slicing through the panicked recovery runs of the French backline. Angel Di Maria arrives at the back post like a locomotive, striking it first time into the roof of the net. The stadium erupts, a wall of pure noise, while the defenders turn around in absolute bewilderment, looking for the ghosts that have been standing right behind them all along.